All jokes aside, this probably will affect a couple of you Cav mains out there. This was a pretty dark corner, so honestly not that bad of a change, just super random. But anyways, you guys all know the drill. If you've been subscribed to me for a little bit, you guys know that once the TTS goes live, I really like to dive in and try to find as many changes, not just with the patch notes, but there's always cool stuff that gets changed around that is not announced. Now, I've been doing some digging for the past few days, and I'm sure there are some more out there that are not included in this video. So if you guys know of any more hidden changes that I didn't include inside of this video, be sure to comment them down below. Anyways, in this video, I'm gonna go over some of the main patch notes as well as a bunch of the hidden changes that we discovered since the test server has gone live. If you've been around on the channel long enough, you guys know I don't normally really do like test server patch note videos because it's just a screen of text. You guys can easily click the link yourself. I like to really wait a couple days and then give you guys really hands-on information to actually show you physical examples of what's going on. So during the video, once there's a new change on screen, you'll see the text above it or below. And some examples are just so much better when you can physically see it. Now, this new throwing mechanic is a great example of that. All throwables now use this new curve except for nitro cells, which is classified as a heavy throw. The throwables classified under heavy throws will not reach as far as the quote-unquote regular throws. Some of the regular throws are what I like to call the new yeet mechanic, so you can yeet freaking Valkyrie cameras across the map, which I'll show you guys on screen. Some others include Kaid's Artilla Electric Claws, Alibi's Prismas, Ella's Grismont Mines, Ying's Candelas, Legion's Goo Mines, Valkyrie's Black Eyes, Thatcher's EMP grenades, Smoke's remote gas grenades, which is going to be very powerful, stun grenades, frag grenades, and smoke grenades. Now, I am predicting that they are going to change Valkyrie's cameras after experimenting on these for a couple days. I don't know if they're going to create a third class where they have regular heavy and then Valkyrie's cameras somewhere in there, or maybe they'll change Valkyrie's cameras to a heavy throw mechanic, because some of these Valkyrie cameras that you can do are just insanely broken. She's literally throwing them across the freaking football field, and honestly, I'm gonna be pretty surprised if this makes it into the live version. And if it does, I give it, I don't know, maybe a few weeks at most before they change it. But honestly, there's been crazier things that have happened. Maybe they'll leave it like that. Maybe this is like the new secret ultimate Valkyrie buff that nobody even ever saw coming. Another one that's gonna be insanely powerful is Ying's Candelas. Now, just like Valkyrie's cameras, that's the same throw mechanic along with all the other items that I listed. You can throw these so easily. I'll throw up a couple more examples on screen so you guys can really see exactly what I'm talking about. But honestly, this change is really cool. I'm just not sure if only 2 categories are enough for all of the wide variety of types of gadgets that they have. Like this change, I think it's really cool, like for flashbangs, smoke grenades, Valkyrie cameras. I understand that while it could very well be like the same weight and shape as a frag grenade, just for the overall game mechanics, I'll be very curious to see what they do in order to change it, or even if they change it at all. One thing I can say 100% sure, that Dangleberries and I are gonna have the spiciest Valkyrie camera videos in the world if this is a change that lasts. Now, it seems like every update, there's always a few lighting changes. I got the Reddit user that took these screenshots on the bottom right. I don't want to butcher your name, so I'm going to put it up on screen. Here you go. These are some great examples. On Oregon, on the left-hand side, you guys see the new lighting mechanics. Looks almost a little bit darker, less yellow, and just overall more of a realistic feel, which is really cool. Now, I'm sure there also are other maps with slight lighting changes like this, but I don't want to take up a ton of your guys' time showing you different screenshots. Now, this next one was a change that I actually recently debunked. A lot of people were telling me that the ADS takes longer to deploy in the test server than the live build, when maybe this was the case in the test server first launched. That has been fixed now, and the ADS deploy time is exactly the same. As of the time of this video, the deployment time for the ADS is exactly the same. Now, this one might be classified as a little Easter egg change, but this one's pretty cool. Montaigne's shield has now changed and is called Le Roc instead of just a standard extendable shield. Now, if you guys have looked into any of the patch notes whatsoever, you probably have heard that Mute is now going to be equipped with a buffed SMG-11. Not that he's getting his special one that's separate from Sledge and Smoke, it's actually the same one, and within itself, the SMG-11 itself is getting buffed from 33 damage up to 35. So with the introduction of Kaid, Mew has basically turned only into drone denial. This will give him a little bit of love and a little bit of an edge when all of the entry denial focus is pretty much on Kaid for the first parts of this new update. Another slight change is going to be coming to Lesion, where he got slightly nerfed. His T5 SMG is going from 30 damage and it's going to get dropped 2 ticks down to 28. So pretty minor, but it is a slight nerf to be aware of. Another weapon damage change is going to be coming to Clash's CCE shield. They increased her damage from 3 from the electricity all the way up to 5, so almost doubling it. That'll balance it out a little bit because she gets absolutely wiped out from Nomad by even putting her shield on her back when it gets triggered. Now this next one, I'm just going to give you guys a 15-second glimpse at the new shop and navigation when you use Alt to go full screen. You guys will be able to cycle through your weapon skins, your different cosmetics, and this even affects the shop where you guys can easily just cycle through new things with this new background. I've heard a lot of people say it doesn't really fit the theme, but honestly I feel like it looks good and it really helps the cosmetics pop and you can really tell what you're looking at. Now this next section, we got some sad news for the parkour boys. There are 3 different spots that have been patched, possibly more that I didn't come across yet. The first one's going to be parkouring onto the rooftop on Clubhouse, where a lot of people go to spawn kill a main gate. The second one is the new one that Nico found, where you can vault over the edge on K9 balcony into the Christmas trees and go all over the place. The third one was a change on Cafe Dostoyevsky, where now you cannot windowsill run overlooking the south side, which honestly this one wasn't that OP. You definitely left yourself vulnerable if you did it too early into the round, because that is a main spawn point out there. The next one coming at us is going to be a Zofia change. Instead of having 3 concussions and 2 impacts, she now just has 2 of each. 2 concussions and 2 impacts. So very slight nerf to her. Definitely have to include it though, because she is one of the top picked operators as of right now. So now this last section of our video are gonna be new hidden recoil changes. This first one is Ella, and I'll list the attachments I have down below to try and make it a little bit more realistic. You guys can definitely see the horizontal difference. Vertical seems to kick about the same. The horizontal seems to definitely be a little bit more wild and less predictable. I'm gonna slow each one of the new weapons down, and you can really see how on the right hand side it really seems to skip around quite a bit. And the bullet pattern is just pretty much impossible to predict. The next gun that I'm gonna be showing you guys is Mira's Vector, and then around the 850 mark we actually have Alibi's MX Storm. They're all very self-explanatory. Let me know if you guys have felt the change on the TTS, or if you guys have discovered anything else that is different that I did not include in this video. I really hope that you guys all have a great weekend. I'm absolutely stoked for this update. I can't say enough how much stuff we have planned. So excited to share it all with the Coconut Bra family. I love you guys all. I'll see you guys all very soon in the next video. Peace.
Infinite power, infinite power, infinite power, infinite power, infinite power. Infinite power.